Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Friday night Onward call and live stream. I know I didn't do my job this week. I didn't put up the call on Tuesday or Wednesday like I should have. I was a slacker. And so the call didn't go up until today, so I'm sure we'll get many playbacks. So I take responsibility for that. Although you should know that every other Friday night that we are on, no matter what, but it's cool. It's cool. So let's hop right into this. If you're a first timer, welcome to the live stream. Most of you are not who are with us tonight. You've been on before. And if you are also not subscribed to the other Formidable Four, who is myself, of course, because here you are, and Lisa freaking Wilbur, who has Monday Morning Madness is her group, and then there's Teresa Paul with Tuesdays with Teresa, and the lovely Lisa Scola, who has Success with Scola. If you're not part of those groups, you should be. If you're just listening to me, shame on you. You should be listening to other people too. There's a lot of wisdom out there. There's a lot of different things people are sharing, and I hope you are taking advantage of all of those. A lot of different groups. I'm hoping that I will find time here this week to put all the groups that I definitely support, that I think you can get different things from. I haven't done that in a while, so I need to do that. We have a lot of people in the group. We are well over 15,000 in Onward. I believe we're 15,200 and something last I checked. So the group is growing. The Avon family is growing, and that's what it's all about. It has, this is probably right on time for me to talk about this thing about losing your stride and feeling like you want to quit. I talked a little bit about it on live stream the other day, and at that point I felt like I was pretty much on task with stuff, and it's been one of those weeks that I probably just today wanted to quit like 5 times, you know, just today alone, 5 times at least. You know, it happens even to the ones that you consider are great in this business. I think what happens is so many people get caught up with the success of what they see. Everybody says, "Oh, you know, I just want to have a business. I just want to be like Molly. I just want to be like Teresa Paul," or whoever it is that you know that you are following or that you're idolizing. And believe me, I love you guys for it. But I think what happens is you get so caught up seeing the success that even though I feel like I'm the realest person out there and I share every struggle probably that I have between life and business, still I feel like you guys kind of block out my struggles and all you do is pay attention to the successes. And look, I think that's great. Look, nobody wants to celebrate struggles, right? But we should be. What are you talking about, Molly? What do you mean I'm supposed to be celebrating struggles? You should. You should, because if you're not having struggles out there, you're not growing. You're not growing. I know it hurts. I know it's painful. I know it is the worst feeling in the world to be uncomfortable in your life and in business. But I am here to tell you, if you are sitting in a seat where you feel like everything is great and it couldn't get any better, and life is wonderful and business is fabulous, I would worry. I would worry, because I can't think of too many times that did happen to me. But let me be clear, most of the time when I did feel that way, it didn't last long. And a lot of times when that was happening, I was not experiencing growth. I very simply was comfortable. Comfortable is okay if that's what you choose. But, you have to get to where you can be comfortable first. And there are more people out there who are not comfortable than are comfortable. I'm not talking about making $1 million. I know a lot of people talk about that. And, I want to make $1 million. And look, ain't nothing wrong with making $1 million. Believe me, if I was making $1 million, I'd be happy about that. It's not always about that. And I think a lot of you are very much like me. It's not the $1 million that you're looking for. You're looking not to struggle. You're looking not to live paycheck to paycheck. You are looking to have some peace in your life. You are looking to head off arguments before they ever start. You are looking for just Jesus take the wheel. There's just no other way to say it. Jesus take the wheel. When do the struggles stop? When do the hardships quit? When do the arguments stop? When do you make everybody happy? When does business get smooth? When do problems not arise? When are people not getting in your face? When are people just being supportive of you? When? Hey, welcome to life. Welcome to business. And if you are not experiencing those things, you are living. You are living. The water's calm and there's no waves. And you're like, I love this. And that's really good for vacation. We're getting ready to take off in about a week to the Dominican Republic. The PRPC trip that, we earned, and we spent a lot of years trying to earn this trip. For many years, we did not earn this trip. For many years, we were not a top seller. We were not a top lead. We've never been a top seller and earned it for that. But my team has definitely helped me earn some of these trips for the past few years. And we have been remarkable places like Alaska and Puerto Rico and Hawaii and now the Dominican Republic. We have been to places because of this company that are amazing. And most of the time, those times, that week, that 4, 5, 6 days was when everything seemed perfect. Everybody was getting along. Could kind of set my business aside for a few days. Let my team know I was not really going to be available for questions and problems. Call your DSM. Call customer insight, because I'm just going to chill on the beach, be in the pool. I'm going to have a drink in my hand, and I'm going to just be perfect for a few days. No family drama, no arguments. And I got to tell you, that alone is enough for me to keep earning that trip, because you get that week and that is what happens. If you are living that life all the time, I obviously need to take some cues from you. And I don't think that most people are. But I don't think it always has to be horrible. This is what I've learned. There were many times in the beginning when I wanted to quit something. I mean, look, this goes further than Avon, people. This goes further than trying to get to the next leader level. This goes further than trying to figure out how to get the people on your team to cooperate and do what you want them to do. This goes further than, your husband doesn't get you, your wife doesn't get you, your kids, there's always turmoil. This starts a lot sooner. If you think about it, how many times when you were in high school or college, how many times did you want to quit? The homework was hard. Maybe some of you didn't like going to gym class, and you knew that if you did not pass gym, You are not graduating. Oh my gosh, do you want to go to, no, I don't want to do that. Maybe it was, math. Maybe, but you know what? You just wanted to quit, Can you remember, Mama? Let's talk about piano lessons. Let's talk about Little League. Oh, Mama, I want to play T-ball, Mama, please, Mama, I want to play T-ball, Mama, I'm going to be good, Mama, I want to play the piano, I want to play the violin, and all of a sudden, you have to practice. All of a sudden, you strike out for the first time. All of a sudden, some kid tells you you suck at what you're doing, and you wanted to quit. Oh, see, this goes way back. I don't think you remember, but this goes back to being a baby. And Mama and Daddy wanted you to walk. Forget that crawling thing. Come on, baby, you ready? Stand up. We got pillows by the table and we want you to walk. And you don't remember, but you was lifting them legs up. You was not so tall that you could not fall on your butt and be okay. And you did. You were like, no, you don't want me to hold on? What do you mean you don't want me to hold on? You don't remember that going through your brain, but it did. It went through your brain. What's wrong with these people? They don't want me to hold on to the couch or the table? But something happened and you got tired of not being able to go over there because, Mama put the good toys over there. I don't know why she did that, but I want to go over there. And you know what? I'm tired. I'm going from the carpet to that hard floor. That rough on my knees. I don't want to do that. It hurt my head when I roll over there. And you just decide that you're going to put the legs down. You're going to take a step, and then you take another step, and you fall down. And when you're ready to really get up and give it a go, look, I can remember my mom telling me that she had the hardest time with me wanting to walk. But she said, when you decided that you wanted to walk, Molly Sue, when you decided, there was no stopping you. If you fell down, you grabbed the nearest thing to you. And it doesn't matter if you were going to pull that thing down. When you was ready, girl, you was going to go. You knew what you wanted and you were going for it. And most of the time it was the dog or the cat or something I wasn't supposed to be bothering. Those are the things that I went after. And Mama's thought, I want her to walk. I just want her to walk. And once I started walking, she was like, oh my gosh. I don't want her to walk no more. It was a struggle. Sometimes you wish for something, and then when you get it, you don't know how to handle it. So we go all the way back to being a baby and just wanting to quit. We talked about high school, grade school, not wanting to finish, wanting to quit. We talk about, you remember those first relationships, right? You remember. But I love him. I love him so much. Oh, you don't understand. Mama, don't tell me he a bad influence. Don't tell me. Mama, I just love him. It's going to be great. And it doesn't matter what he does. You just think he's wonderful. He couldn't do no wrong. Everything he does wrong, you think is cute. Oh, don't you ladies who are married, right? Oh, when he first did that thing, that was so cute. Now that you've experienced 15 or 20 years, now it just pisses you off, right? Right? Okay? Oh, yeah, that happens. That happens. I get it. But, it would have been so easy to give up. But you just love those things about him. He loved those things about you. Not so cute now, right? Yeah. We see a lot of that in life. We see a lot of things that all of a sudden when the newness wears off, the real work starts. Whether it's a relationship, and I don't just mean husband, wife, boyfriend, girl. That's not what I mean. Those count. But there was a relationship, I always tell you guys, I just want to sell Avon. That's it. I just want to get out there. I just want to do it. And, I just want to give them the orders, and that is, I keep telling you, this is a relationship business. I keep telling you that you're not going to always be able to not have a relationship with these people. You're going to have some sort of customer representative relationship. And if you don't give them what they want, they will move in. They will move on. They will move in. So you got to have a cutoff. You know what I'm saying? We don't want them moving in. They want them to come to the door, but we don't want them to come in and get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But you got to build a relationship with them. So you decided you know what you want in this business. You decided to get that kit, no matter when you got it, 20 years ago, 5 months ago, 2 weeks ago, 20 years ago, 3 years ago, for me, almost 13 years ago. And something said you were going to give this a go. Maybe it was just you didn't like the Avon rep that was around you. Maybe you didn't have one and you wanted to get a discount on your products. That's all good. A lot of people start that way. Nothing wrong with that. I can guarantee you there's nobody on the call tonight who still feels that way, because you don't get on a call at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time if you just want to make a discount on your products. You just don't do that. I mean, you're not normal if you do that, okay? We need to get you a little bit of therapy if you're just looking for a discount and you on my call. You on the wrong call, okay? But many of you started that way. And I don't know if you saw the quote on my Facebook wall today about, we have all these different reasons for starting something. And then something happens and something starts developing and we're hooked. Being hooked doesn't mean that you're not going to ever feel like quitting. But what I want to talk to you about, and you knew this was coming, here's the big part of the call tonight. I'm not going to beat you up, but I'm definitely going to be very real here. And y'all know that either I've experienced it if I'm talking about it, or I've definitely had somebody on my team that I've experienced it with. And tonight I'm going to pick on Janae Hensley a little bit. Y'all know Janae. Janae's on my team. Janae's been on my team a very long time. Matter of fact, Janae's been on my team since her little girl was just a few weeks old, if I'm not mistaken. And who Janae Hensley is now on my team, she was not when she started years ago. She was young. She was a new mama. She loved her man dearly. She wanted to be able to eventually stay home. And I have to let you know, she was still working for that. She's still working for that today. But Janae was one of those representatives that she didn't listen all the time. She heard what she wanted to hear. She worked her business, what I call, she was either hot or cold. I had to figure out, according to the campaign, which she was. Campaign 7, she could have been on fire like a just she was like working that business. I mean, on fire, talking to people, have a couple of new team members, selling $800-900 worth of Avon, killing it. And by the way, starting out with no credit, that was a challenge. But on her good campaigns, she didn't let that stop her. But then Janae would do these things like, after hearing me say, look, we're going to go out, we're going to do tossing, I'm going to show you how we do this. You got a bunch of old books, go get them ready, have your recruiting flyers in them, and then you come meet me and we're going to go out. We're going to do this thing. So when Janae showed up, she didn't have recruiting flyers in her books. Never forget it. We're sitting in the Starbucks parking lot, right? About that time, I needed a double espresso. And I remember warning my team many times, if you show up with books to be distributed, and I'm going with you, when they don't have recruiting flyers, we ain't going. Because you're missing an opportunity, and yes, you can get customers, but you're going through this neighborhood, and you're going to offer both those things if you're going to get my time. Because, yeah, I have rules. If I'm going to work with you, yeah. So she was like, Janae had every excuse of why. She goes, I meant to get more printed. I thought I had enough. I didn't know. But, I have this many done. Can't we? And I'm like, no, we can't, Janae. We'll be out there 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and we're going to be done. I said, you're going to go home. You're going to get those recruiting flyers done, and you're going to call me when you get them done. And we're going to schedule to go back out. She looked at me, no lie, and she went, you're serious. I will never forget it. You're serious. And I said, I have never been more serious. And she didn't know what to say. She's still a little bit scared of me. She ain't scared of me no more, but she used to be a little bit scared of me. And she said, okay. And I could tell she had an attitude, but she didn't want to act like she had an attitude, but she wasn't hiding it very well, right? But I have to tell you, I can guarantee you after that meeting that Janae never went and did anything with a brochure without a recruiting flyer. I can remember many times her telling me she was out tossing and she got new customers, and in talking to those customers, something would happen and they'd start talking about the opportunity, and yet she had the flyer in there, so it was great. I said, you're planting seeds when you do that. But see, she wanted to go do the task, but she didn't think it was important enough to do what needed to be done at the time to complete the task the correct way. And my job as a leader was, I could have said, oh, that's okay, Janae. Don't worry about it. Let's just go do it anyways. And you know what? Some of you may have done that, but that's not me. That's not who I am. My people who tell me they want to be the top in the business, I want them to learn what they should be doing, because I don't teach them to do what I don't do. And I would never go out and toss a brochure without a recruiting flyer. Ever. Ever. And, Janae stayed hot and cold for a long time for the first few years. A long time. And Janae actually, for a while, took a little break. And she wasn't selling. And I can remember thinking to myself, I don't think I was wrong about her. I don't think she's going to quit, but I didn't know. But why didn't she stay in the game? Why did she let everything else get in front of her? And what I didn't realize then, because she was first few years of my business, so I was learning to be a leader, that sometimes people are not ready yet for their greatness. You have to go through struggles in life, in business, and sometimes you got to really miss it if you get away from it. You see everybody else still being successful. I mean, look, Janae and I still talked. We were buds. I couldn't make her want it. But Janae ended up coming back. She came back, and there was something different about her. I wasn't about to say that to her, because I wasn't sure it was going to last, okay? I was like, here we go. She gonna pick 3 campaigns to be okay. And then, then she gonna take 3 campaigns off. I don't know what she gonna do. I don't know if she gonna do that. I don't know what she gonna do. So I decided to let her show me what she was gonna do. And what's happened over the last year is I have watched a young lady who is married, the love of her life, is raising a beautiful young lady, works another job, trying to figure out how to fit it all together, but developing for the first time, and I know she would say, no, it's not, Molly. No, it's not. It's not the first time. I'm telling you, Janae, it's the first time that you ever let your passion out for what you wanted. Not necessarily for Avon, but what I know that you wanted for you in your life. And you finally believed, she finally believed that struggles are going to be part of it. She struggled getting ready for her wedding. She struggled with her finances. She struggled with stuff with her daughter, raising her. She struggled with family. She struggled getting back into Avon. But what she knew is that when she was on her game and she took personal responsibility, that she could do this. But what she did know too, the problems were not over. The difficulties were not over. It wasn't too long ago, just a couple of weeks ago, she brought this up when we were doing a training session online. And she had sent me a text that said, can you give me some pointers about how to get 11 people who are still pending on my team? How to get them to place an order. And I did this, right? I read it. And I read it again. And I read it again. And I said, I'm not even answering that. You know why? I know she already knew what to do if people were going to engage. But she had to believe that everything she had learned, everything she had tried, that like it or not, it was going to happen, that some people are just, they're just not going to do it, people. They're just not going to do it. Rule number 1, your team will be filled with quitters. Rule number 1. If you are trying to build a team, your team will be filled with quitters. But let me tell you what's going to happen. When you keep working your business, as by the way, for those 2 weeks, Janae kept doing it. She kept talking to people in her circle. She kept getting her leads from Alma. She kept sharing those brochures everywhere she went. She kept using her social media. It didn't suddenly she realized those 11 people, if she had done everything she could, right now there was nothing she could do about them. And do you know what? Suddenly she forgot about that. And she had 4, 5 more people who would come on board, and they were excited as all get out. Matter of fact, one put a freaking order in early, and she couldn't believe the order. She was just like, oh my God! You know, she was, you know, she take all day today. She texted me. She's celebrating the day. Every day, there is a fire that she allows to burn bright in her, but she has figured out that those fires will never, ever burn in business or life without the struggles. Without feeling like you're not getting it right. I read this today. I was looking for some powerful quotes on Google today about quitting, about losing your groove in business, losing your stride. And I wrote down, don't be a quitter. Be a failure and get success. Janae didn't quit. She went through failures. But because she didn't quit, she's starting to see her success. She's not seeing everything she wants, but she's starting to see pieces of success that I don't think she ever saw earlier in her business. Because why? Because Janae is so on top of her business right now that she is figuring out and has continued to figure out. Now when I say she has figured out, I don't mean she woke up yesterday morning and a light bulb came up over her head and she said, oh my God, I got this whole thing figured out. I know what to do out. That's not what I'm saying. She has figured out for her own life, she has figured out for her own business what is working for her. And that whatever it is, she has to work it into her life every single day. Does that mean Janae's going out and she's working her business 9 hours every single day? No, you're missing my point completely. I'm sure she's got some days that even with her full-time job, I guarantee you she's got some days she feels like if she adds it all up, she's probably working 5 or 6 hours on her Avon business. I guarantee you. No, that's not what I'm telling you. See, that's the problem. Many of you are trying to figure out that if you want to get where other people that you're following are, that you've got to work your business 12, 14 hours a day. I'm not telling you you can't do that. I'm telling you your struggle is because you're not figuring out how you can put this business into your life with everything you do. Grocery store, kids events. I mean, I was at an event last night. I had to go to my great niece's play. And there was an opportunity to advertise in the play program. And then during intermission, they were going to have a big thing up there. It wasn't real expensive. And Mackenzie asked me if I would like to do that. And I thought, well, yeah, you know, why not? I'd love to get my name out there. It's in the area. Perfect. And I did. There it was, my business card, you know, in the bulletin. Have I gotten any calls on that? No. But you know what's going to happen? It's planting seeds. You know why? There's 3 performances. Everybody's getting one. I'm looking for ways every single day, still in my business, that says, Molly, if you feel like this part is getting weak, if this is not working for you, keep your eyes and your ears open for what can work. The one thing I have found out in this business in 13 years is some things that worked really well 7 years ago don't work so well right now, today. Life changes. We have social media. People used to read newspapers all the time. Now they read their newspapers online. Some people do, and we don't want to forget about those people. But I don't get the results that I used to get if I'm advertising a line ad in a paper. Where I do get results, and that hasn't changed, is if I talk to people around me and I'm ready to present them with a brochure that has a recruiting flyer. That I give them a reason because I have a button on my coat. That I give them a reason because I have Avon on my shirt. That I give them a reason because I'm smiling and I'm friendly. You know, people always say, think before you act. But some of you out there from watching Onward, all you do is think. All you do is think, and you want suggestions. What do you think about this? And now I've started going underneath those posts and going, I don't know. What do you think about this? I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying, good God, I'm glad there wasn't social media for me 13 years ago, because if I was having to ask 15,000 people what they thought about something before I did it, I'd still be sitting at freaking ambassador. No, I had to say, is this a good idea? And here comes my other self. Well, I don't know. It looked like it could be a good idea. Well, you think that's going to happen? I don't know. But you know, I say, just try it. Just try it and see what happens. Because what works for somebody can get on there and tell you, that won't work. I tried it. That's a failure. That will never work. Do you know how many people tell you on Onward that tossing old brochures rather than throwing them away does not work? And then they see my video and go, oh. You know how many people go to my YouTube video because they believe that when you're tossing brochures that is a trashy way to do business, and they give me the thumbs down? Do you know what I do with that? I laugh all the way to the bank. Because giving those old brochures out to people and tossing them in driveways or walking them up to townhouses and putting them by people's doors. Those are the things that grew this girl right here a 460 customer base roster. 460 customers. Yeah, a lot of it was hand to hand. Sometimes I did it, I didn't get anything, but you know what I did? I planted seeds, and it's not unusual for somebody to tell me they've been holding the brochure for 3 months, 6 months, and a year. They locate it, they call me, and they say, I've been meaning to call you. And boy, am I glad that this trashy representative right here, whose team does $1.7 million a year in Avon, decided to be that trashy trailer park woman that they want to call me on my YouTube videos. Thank you very much. Hail to ya, but I'm making the money, baby. And I'm going to make it any way I can. And yes, I do believe in some areas it does not work. And you know what? I'm okay with that. But why in the world would you listen to somebody who's going to tell you it ain't going to work for you, and they don't know you from Adam? They want to tell you it's not going to work for you because it didn't work for them. Do you know how many times people have said, this doesn't work for me, that doesn't work for me, but then they go back and they do it 4 or 5 times, and suddenly it works for them? Huh. I mean, I got to tell you, you people create your own problems. Lisa Wilbur spends a lot of time cruising my group. Teresa, Paul, and Scola spend a lot. Look, they cruise their own groups, but you know, Onward, that is a crazy group, man. It's a fast-moving group. I watch them so many times say, why in the world are you asking if something's going to work? Why are you asking if that basket is pretty? Why are you asking? You don't need anyone's approval to go out and work your business your way. And by the way, if you don't fail forward, you're never going to get anywhere else by sitting there asking Onward all the time. And again, we're not talking about getting answers to questions. That's what Onward's for. It's there to help. But baby, if you're going to be a business owner, baby, if you're going to get out there and you're going to be self-sufficient, baby, if you're going to be that boss, working boss life, if you're going to be that person who's going to own it, who's going to take responsibility, good, bad, indifferent, and you are going to be that person who says, mine, success, failure, anything in between, it is mine. If I fail, I'm going to fail. Good. I've learned something. If I fail at that, good. If I'm successful at that, even better. But I'm never going to know if I don't feel the power of failure to push me forward. Losing your stride? Guys, you're not losing your stride. You're giving up on yourselves. Somebody has fed you a pipe dream that says this business is made for you, and you, because you decided to buy a $25 kit or a $15 kit, or whoa, if you bought a $100 kit, that just throws success in your lap. No, it doesn't. It gives you a whole lot of product. That's what it gives you. But if you don't get out and you don't share that product, if you don't get out and decide how you're going to build your business, how you're going to build a customer base, how you're going to present something to a potential team member, if you don't get out there and be willing to say, I want the no's. I want to hear from the people who say, no, I'm not interested. And do I sit there and try to convince them why they should be interested? No, I don't. Will I? No, I won't. I don't want to sit there and convince somebody they need to use our products. And I don't want to sit there and convince somebody they should be on my team. I'm not dragging you anywhere. If you don't see what we have to offer, then move on, get out of my face so I can get to the next person who thinks that just maybe my company can bring something into their life that they want. Your failure of saying, I just want my friend to do this. She's my friend. She should do it. I mean, she's my friend. Come on. I mean, support me. Do this. You should be my friend. No, 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 no. Let your friend do her thing. Let her go put those fries in the fryer. Let her flip the hamburgers. Put the special sauce on the Big Mac. Let her do it. Let her pack them Target bags. Let her do it because she ain't ready yet. But when she sees you failing towards your success and not quitting and finding your people one at a time who do, and you start making the money you're supposed to make, your friend, when she should, is going to go, wow, you know, that Avon thing don't seem half bad you're doing. You know, let's talk about it. It may take 2 years. It may not, it may never happen because she may have a love for the deep fryer, you know? She just may. And I know I'm making fun. Look, it could be somebody who's in nursing and she don't need the extra money. Look, some people don't have what it takes and they have no want to be a business owner. Now, you might want to introduce her to a product or two, but you know what? If she don't, why are you wasting your time? Stop. You spend too much time on trying to figure out why the people who have no want to do what they should do. And you're going, I'm a failure because of that. No, you're not. They don't have that want to. You know, they don't have that broke feeling that they ain't got no money or something. They don't get it. But you've got to be okay with them not getting it. You're spending so much time just feeling like a quitter because you can't convince somebody to come into this business, that you need to gently push them out of the way because there are people out there who have a need and love Avon. And when you are that smiling, welcoming person who says, have I got something for you? They're gonna take you up on it. But you're too busy trying to get your inner circle to, everybody here need to join. I got 2 out of 8. These 2 have joined. I got to get this 6. And then I can go on. Forget those 6 people who you have talked till you're blue in the face. Look. There's something I have figured out about quitters. It doesn't take quitters a long time to quit. Think about it. I put in 2 orders. I only made $11. Really? $11, okay? 2 orders. This isn't working for me. I quit. Wow. You know, I always tell people when they come into this, if you're really in this to make money, you better have a 5-year plan. You better know that you've got to get out and you got to work this into your life every single day. You don't have to put 6 hours a day into this business. You have got to be ready to put yourself in front of people, have those brochures ready, tell them how they can shop with you online if that's more convenient. Have a smile on your face, a button on your coat, an Avon name on your shirt, jewelry on your ears, cologne on your body, something, and you need to get out there and stop worrying about those people who just want to tell you no. Let those people move you forward. Let them raise you up. Maybe you feel like you're one of these people who, you know, Molly, I've been in this business 4 or 5 years, and you know what? I'm just really not doing anything with it. Well, you know what? I don't believe you, because if I were in a business for 4 or 5 years and I never made any money, especially this business right here, New Avon, get out of here. I don't want to hear your whining. I do not want to hear your whining. Because if I didn't make any money after the first year, I would have been gone. And if you're still not making any money, what are you doing here? For the social, is it a social thing for you? I mean, come on. If you're not making the money that you want to make, I believe that you're working this like a hobby. Come on. Let's get serious here. We're going to be honest. You know me. We're going to keep it real here. Let me tell you something. I only have a couple of hobbies, and I'm so busy with my business, I don't even got time for those hobbies. But hobbies cost me money. Anything I've done, whether it's painting ceramics, whether it's, going out, wine tasting, come on, whatever it is, guys, it's gonna cost you money if it's a hobby. But if you were out there working it like a business, if you were preparing yourself every single day, look, I have to look at my purse every day and say, do I got brochures with recruiting flyers in them? Yeah. Do I have my sample packets ready for those people who walk up? Do I have signs on my car? You better believe I got signs on my car. And the day that I have to go, oh, I'm sorry, can I come back to you because I don't have a brochure? Oh, do you think they think you're going to be serious? No, they don't think you're going to be serious about your business. Oh, I've had a representative like that. Oh, the one who said that they would be right back with the brochure, but they didn't. Come on, guys. That's not what people are looking for. We have to show them that we are New Avon. We have to show them that we're not like those representatives who treated this like a hobby. You're on this call at 9:30 at night because you are ready to drive this forward and to become the businesswoman or man that you want to be, and you are going to be ready for action. You are going to be ready every single day. You know the greatest feeling in the world is when somebody sees the signs on my car, whether it's the grocery store or the cleaners, or Lee and I are going in to eat at a restaurant or something, and they say, do you happen to have a brochure? And I say, yes, I do. And you know what? Because you asked me, I have got a sample packet here of the latest skincare, the latest men's cologne, the latest women's perfume. And there's a couple of lipstick samples in here. Let me tell you something. You are going to love these items. And you know what? If you give me your name and your number right now, what I'm going to do is you're going to text me your address, and I'm going to make sure you get a brochure every single campaign. You don't want to miss what's coming with this company. You don't want to miss the things that we have. I mean, I'm not going to tell you, right? But you're going to see a part of Avon you've probably never seen. But how long have you been a customer? Oh, you know what? I've loved it. My grandmother, my mom, my aunts, my kids, everything. You think it was great then? You don't want to miss these brochures. By the time I get done being excited, they're about ready to start selling themselves in the end, right? It happens sometimes. Oh, because why? They feed off your enthusiasm. They feed off your love for this company. And I don't believe that there's a quitter on this live stream tonight. I don't. I think you know what you want. I think that you have got some rose-colored glasses on, that you believe this is supposed to come easy. I'm going to tell you that the actions of what you need to do to build a business are very simple. I can't think of one action I've ever done that's ever been difficult. The hard part is being consistent. The hard part is always being ready. The hard part is knowing that you mean business and always performing like you do mean business. Because let me tell you something, in my experience, when a customer is thrilled with what I'm doing, all of a sudden I get a phone call. Hey, Molly, my name is Margaret, and I want you to know that Judy Maddox, well, you know Judy, right? Because she says she buys from you all the time. Well, she told me, because I lost my representative, she said, you are the Avon lady. You are who I need to be dealing with. She said, you always get samples and that you even take credit cards. And I'm like, girl, yeah. I said, I would love to be your Avon lady. And 13 years ago, if you had told me that I would be excited about being the Avon lady, I'm here to tell you, I don't think that wasn't in my dream. But now I hear people say, "Oh, you're that lady with the maroon van with the Avon signs all over your car. That's you?" Yeah, that's me. Oh, yeah, we see you all the time. Man, we chased you down the road one time trying to catch your number, but I don't think you was going the speed limit. Oh, I probably wasn't. Look, you don't quit. Sometimes you slow down. It's okay to fail. You're not going to move forward without failing forward. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you're not going to learn how to get to your greatness. And your greatness is out there waiting for you where it's always been. You're the one who chose that this vehicle, New Avon, this was going to be the thing where you no longer quit. This was going to be the thing where you said, no more quitting in my life. Because you want to know something? It was for me. I quit so many things in my life. Didn't believe in myself, drowning in debt, felt like I was a lousy mom, obviously failed in my first marriage. Sometimes I feel like I'm failing in my second marriage. But you know what? I'm not quitting. Nothing. Now, that's not happening. I may get it wrong, but I'm going to keep at it until I get it right. And let me be clear. I may have 748, however many I have on my team, but I started with one representative, one team member on my team, just like you. I started with one customer, just like you. I chose not to quit. That's what it takes. Don't quit. Be consistent. Quit blaming it on everything else in your life. Be Janae Hensley. If you are that, be Janae. Let your passion explode. Figure out that you can work it with your family, getting married, working a full-time job. Look, I did it all. I did it with 2 jobs. Are you kidding? Your excuses are useless with me. I lost my home. Are you kidding me? They were going to take my van. Are you kidding me? I was living in the basement of my brother's home. Are you kidding me? I had no money. I was a broke, hot mess. Sometimes I'm still the hot mess, but I'm not so broke anymore, okay? Okay, y'all know, because you follow me, you know, you watching my YouTubes. If I can, you can. And if you say you want to be me, you can't be me without the struggles. You can't be me and quit. So I say to you, don't be a quitter. Be a failure working towards your success. That's what I say to you. If you quit now, I understand you're going to miss some grand things that are coming. And remember, there was a time that if you quit now, you wish. You're going to say, if I quit now, I got to start over. You've already been there, people. You've already been there. Don't. Take where you're at right now and move forward. Onward, no matter what. Remember the name of our group? Onward, not just onward. No matter what. You'll go over it, under it, around it, through it, whatever you got to do, but you're going after what you want, and you're going to own it. You're going to own the failures. You're going to own the success. And next thing you know, you're going to be on the beaches of the Bahamas with me. We're going to be drinking fancy drinks and sliding down the slides. Dominican Republic's coming up for me. Don't you want to be there? Don't you want to be on the next trip? Ah, I know you do. Even if you say no, I know you do. So I challenge you. Some of you were thinking about quitting. That's why you were on this call tonight. I bet you walk away saying, I'm not going to quit yet. And that was my purpose. Don't do that again. Don't start over again. Follow your greatness and realize that you're going to fail forward towards it. Lee, what you going to take us out with tonight? I love you guys. I do. I didn't think I was going to be able to do this tonight, but I did okay, you know? Oh, it's my song. Jump on the line right now. You got to jump on the line with Lee. Come on. You got to do it. Sunshine on my pocket.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us.